Well, good evening, baseball fans. This is your broadcaster speaking on behalf of SESN, bringing to you live from Seattle, Game Day 18 of Season 27 of the HEBBL between the Denver Whitecaps and the Seattle Sonics. The traveling Whitecaps are flying high in the standings through the midpoint mark at 11-6 record, good for tied for third before the current slate of games were to kick off today. Battling in a tight top-of-the-league race for first with Arizona, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia, this Denver club is looking to ride off their short two-game loss streak against the Sonics here tonight, who lie in the second division of the standings with a 7-10 record. Seattle have been performing relatively poorly as of late, coming off a 5-game loss streak that sunk them out of the bottom playoff position and behind Washington and Iowa, and will be looking to climb back up behind a recent growth in steady batting. Now, the day before yesterday might have come as a complete shock to some. The bruised and battered Puget Sounders, who had come off of a devastating series against an Arizona team who walked them off in the first game before surging past them in the second, pulled a mightily surprising not-so-close upset of the Mountaineers, thromping them by a score of 9-1. Team captain Bellinaris notched a complete Game 9 hitter to right his pitching slide, while X5 Owen was the batting star with his 2-for-3 3 RBI game. Now, before we commence today's broadcast of the actual game at hand, I'd like to talk about a few things. First of all, yesterday, on top of Owen going 2-for-4 with his 3 RBI, Bellinaris went 3-for-4, scored twice, had an RBI. I believe he hit a homer. And Bellinger went 2-for-4, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored, and he hit a homer. Notre Dame 1-for-3, and Baggio went 2-for-5 both with a run scored. Again, Bellinaris on the mound, pitched to contact. 9 innings, he gave up 9 hits, but he did only strike out 2 and walk none, and that 1 run came in the 9th inning off a home run blast. Bellinaris' record is 3-3, the first time in 2 decisions that his pitching record was equal. That was Game 14 when he started and lost, 6th start of the season. Today will probably be the number 1 pitcher for the Sonics. Sins would enter today's game in 6 starts. He would enter today in 7 starts with a 3-2 record. And now over to some players to look at, expected batting prowess today. Of course, Bellinger, who, as it stands, is batting .846 this season with 23 RBIs and 5 home runs to his name. That's tied for second in the Seattle team. The former San Diego man, lifetime batting average of .355, 193 RBI, and 71 home runs. Of course, Baggio, who is batting .450 as of this point in 5 games played with 2 RBIs and 1 home run, which both came against Arizona in the game that they got walked off. That was Game 15, I believe. Baggio is tied for is second place on the team in terms of career games played in HEBBL. He has 1,042 hits to his name, and also with 2,763 at-bats for a lifetime of 377, and he has 543 RBIs and 190 home runs, and he's also second in playoff experience with 96 games. So he's definitely someone to expect to provide plenty of power, and he's also the leadoff man for the Sonics in recent games after the replacement of Cappy at the leadoff spot. Another player to look at is, of course, the team captain Bellinaris. Played every game this season so far. He is batting .365 with 12 RBIs and 6 home runs on the campaign. Now, he has the most experience, the only player on the team above 1,000 games. The ex-Milwaukee man also leads the team, has only won above 100 playoff games with 110. He bats .360 for a total of 1,734 hits, with 832 RBIs, and 277 home runs. So definitely also someone to be looking out for. Now, if we go to current season metrics of the leading batsman on the team, other than Bellinger. Sorry, Bellinger bats 846 in runners in scoring position. That's my bad. It's Tox. It's Tox. Tox in 10 games is batting 486 and is batting 600 with runners in scoring position. He's 3 for 5. He has 10 home runs and is tied for second on the team with 10 RBIs and tied for second on the team with 5 home runs. In addition, I also want to highlight the recent display by X5 Owen, not to mention the 3 RBI game yesterday for Owen. He also had that tremendous 3-run home run on game 15. So after a mid-season slump, I should say, as we're only halfway through, he really picked up the bat. He's at 259 now. He bats 273 with runners in scoring position. He has 11 RBIs. That's good for third best on the team, and 3 home runs. And he's a relatively newer player, less than 100 games, formerly of Atlanta last year. And even though he's towards the bottom of the lineup, he's still a lifetime 300 batter, bats 301 in his 89 games, and can be expected to provide some good batting from the bottom of the lineup. Well, we're going to wait for the players to take the field, and we're going to see how it goes. So please stand by while we wait for first pitch. Well. We're underway today. First time from a new camera angle. And we're almost ready for baseball here in Seattle. Here we go. Game is almost underway here, and taking the mound for Seattle is, of course, I don't even know how I'm gonna say that. Is a Notre Dame nerd. No, I think he's just holding it. Not necessarily too sure who is on the mound. Have to do a better job of recognizing their behaviors. Probably sins. That's Gabriel plays Notre Dame at first. Nope, it's gonna be Gabriel plays. No, Sakaro. Sorry, I am really bad at this, I guess. So here's Sakaro, the number 3 man in the rotation usually. Sakaro in his last game, I believe, went 6 1/3 innings, gave up 9 runs and took the loss. First pitch is in there for a strike, and this game is underway. A bounding ball to second base, and a quick throw, and that's his man. 1 down here, and up is Icarus. I believe he's the Denver captain. A solid contact man, but not much power as of now. Just those 2 home runs you see on your screen. So here's Sakaro. Taken outside, ball 1. Perhaps Velenor's behind the plate, ghosting, as they say, telling Gabriel or Sakara what to throw. Apologies. I believe that's Owen at third. Pikachu in left field. So that's outside, ball 2. Maybe Baggio's the right fielder. I have to recognize these avatars eventually. That is hit out to right field, and the catch is made, and there's 1 down. No, 2 down, sorry. Jesus Christ, my mouse fell. Thank you, Noiseless came in, for wasting everyone's time. Apologies for that. Well, here's Noiseless Cayman, as I said. 11 RBIs on the season. It's towards the top of elite batters so far in the campaign. Of course, leading Seattle is with 23 is Bellinger. But not everyone can be him. 0-1 on Cayman, and here's the pitch. That is hit out to first base, and line straight there. That will do it in the top of the first inning. CXC ground second to first. Icarius flies to right, and Noiseless Cayman lines to first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. And the score after 1/2 an inning is Denver 0, Seattle 0 coming to bat. So up steps Baggio. And Kabi Mainu lover. Kabi Mainu, for those who don't know, is a defensive midfielder for Manchester United. I think he's fell out of favor with the team under their prior manager, Ruben Amorim. But I believe when interim manager, as Amorim got fired, Michael Carrick stepped in. Oh, that's going to be Noiseless Cayman. Well, all that for nothing. But anyways, Cubby Mainu, I believe, is playing for Manchester United again. It's going to be Noiseless Cayman. So a bit of a switch up for me, as I had written some Cubby Mainu's name in there. But here is Baggio. Guess he did change his avatar. I don't remember this. And therefore strike. Here's L1. That is hit over the head of the shortstop and falls in for a leadoff single. Seattle here on the... Oh, Baggio is going to second. I think the ball got away from the outfielder. And looked down at my scorecard. But here's Cappy. Cappy, former leadoff man, who was in the middle of the order as of recent, back up to second, a little bit better at the plate. 3-5-2 man, grounds the first pitch to first. That will advance the runner to third. The throw will not be in time. So, ground ball. And up steps Bellinger, that big power man, and he's got a runner on third and only one away. Any ball out of the infield will be sure to score a run. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna stand by for a second. So I guess it's gonna be Vallenares, as that's taken for a ball. Vallenares, the team captain, also does pretty good at the plate. Takes that for a strike, and the count is even at 1-1. So I'm just gonna write skip. Kind of messes up with my box score, but I'm just gonna deal with it. That is hit out in the air. Not very high. I mean, not very far, and that will do it. Fly out to right. So Baggio, leadoff single. Cape ground second to first. Bellinger's skipped in the order for an out, and Vallenares flies to center. No runs on one hit, no errors and one left, and the score after one full inning remains Denver nothing and Seattle nothing. Back here, top of the second inning. Caro still on the mound. Seattle first hit of the ball game. Cheesy Money takes first pitch for a strike. Money batting above the Williams line, as I call it. That's above 400. It's pretty good. Time to 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning on a ground out and 2 outs in the air as he takes ball 1. Owen dancing at third base. And here's the pitch. It's low for ball 2. So I can't tell from this far out. I suppose if I flew over there and found out, I would know. But I think that's Baggio at shortstop. Gabriel plays at second base. Yeah. Is it Velpux, the right fielder? I don't know. There's 3-1 now. Danger of walking him. Hitters count here. That is hit out to right field. And it is not caught. It is not caught over there in right field. And the second base will go GZ Money. So a bit of a fielding mishap there. And juicy money, first hit of the day for Denver, is standing on second base here. I don't like the anchoring. Alright. Just testing out angles. Just go back to this one. There we go. I'm liking that. Alright. That's enough finagling. Count is 0-2 on a Kabi Mino. I gave you his life story last time you saw his face on your screen. Another dangerous hitter here. 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. Has a lot more power than the Manchester United team does, let me tell you that. But here's the 1-2 now. Taken inside, ball 2. Big at bat here early on, top of the second inning. No score. As Caro steps off the rubber, readjusts his bearings. Didn't like the pitch. Still got a man dancing around center field like a wet hen. But here's the 2-2. Apologies. Pitch now is taken. Ball 3. So full count here early on. And it's a bit of a tough spot here for Sakaro. Heart of the order in the second inning, and you don't want 2 of the 3 to reach. So here's the payoff pitch. It is taken, and he walks. Free pass issued to Kabi Manu. That will put a force on at third, second, and first. And here's Forbidden Oceans. Yet to get a hit. Most likely making his first start of the season. So here's Oceans. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Owen shaded in a little bit at third base, playing against the potential bunt. Everyone else had standard depth, as that is swung on and missed over the top for strike 2. And the 0-2 now is swung on, missed strike 3. Down he goes on 3 straight. First out of the inning. And here is Dexter. So it seems that either Denver's missing a lot of their players today, or that they rely a little bit on a couple of their players to do good every game. And I imagine they do good every game, seeing how they're in third place as of yesterday. And here is Dexter. Also yet to get a hit this season. Nice little watermelon shark he is. And here's the 0-1. Grounded foul. First base side. I think I accidentally turned on. Let's see. Here's the 0-2. The pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Wait a second. Did I miss something? Should only be 3 outs. 2 outs there. Anyways. Here's X-Talks. Or Talks, as he prefers to be called. Batting .486. Cayman's still on the mound. That second inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors and 2 left, as that is hit deep to center field, and that is in the stands for a home run. How about that? A home run here for Talks, and that's the first run of the day, and it goes first blood Seattle. A solo home run for Talks, leading off here in the second inning. And up comes Pikachu now, looking to capitalize off of that. So good news for Sakaro. Will pitch Hope with the lead going into the third. Pikachu takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. And here's the 0-1 now. And it's hit hard down the third base side. And he throws home! And he's safe! Oh, doctor, I don't believe that. So, I mean, I don't know if that's considered a hit, so I'll wait the score's decision on that. And here is X5 Owen. Owen, as I mentioned earlier, had a 3 RBI game last time out against the same Denver team. These same Denver players, sorry. A 3 RBI home run, and against Arizona only 3 games ago. Takes the first pitch for a strike. I'm gonna figure out what that was. It's error on both teams as that ball is hit out in the air. Oh my goodness, I missed another one of his home runs. I'm so sorry. Oh, poor guy. How's he ever gonna get a clip? 2-run home run. I am so sorry. He needs to stop hitting home runs when I'm doing things. 3-0 the score. And here's Notre Dame Nerd. Takes the first pitch for a ball. I really would love to figure out if that was considered a hit. It was. That's incredible. It's an error on Talks for outfield, as that is hit over the head for a Texas leaguer between second and center field. So here's the pitcher Sakaro batting in the 9th position. And he hits that to shortstop. That's the first out of the inning. And up comes Baggio now. Okay. Yes, he doubled, not singled, sorry. He doubled to lead off the first inning and was left stranded. That is hit foul down the third base line. Owen won the count. I guess I need to start paying more attention. Dexter struck out, and there was a pickoff at first base to end the inning. As that ball is hit to left field, that will be the second out of the inning. So here's Cappy, grounded second to first, his last time up. Bellinger on deck. He was called out by skipping his turn in the lineup. And Cappy takes the first pitch. Ball 1. And that is lined to third and caught. And that will end the inning. So X-Talks homers. Pikachu reaches. It's called a hit, but reaches on error. Owen hits a 2-run home run. Notre Dame singles. Sakaro pops to short. Baggio flies to left, and Cappy lines to third. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 1 left. Score after 2 full innings reads Seattle 3 and Denver nothing. As Complex Cube takes first strike here. Another hitless wonder here for Denver today. Takes second pitch for a strike. Complex Cube, I believe, is the man who was at third base, made the error, threw home instead of to first. And needless to say, if you see it happen in your public server, it can happen in HCBBL. So, you know, it wasn't on my bingo card today, but a hit it was. And Sakaro is ready with the 0-2. And it's golfed over the pitching mound. Shortstop will get it. The throw is just in time. Nail the runner. So a good throw. And brings up Monster G. Clean 500 so far in the season. No runs driven in for him as the 9-hole man. On deck is ZXC, grounded second to first, lead off the game. So here's Sakaro's pitch that is taken over the heart of the plate for a strike. Karius is in the hole. The Denver captain, I believe, flew to right. And that is grounded softly. The first baseman will get it as second base was playing close to the bag in the shift. Unassisted ground out to first base for the second out. And it brings up ZXC. Right-handed batter and right-handed pitcher here. Taken for a strike. Right down Broadway it went. And he did not swing. And that is hit to second base and caught. A ranging play there made by the second baseman who was shaded back. Ends the inning. Complex Cube grounds short to first. Monster G grounds out unassisted to first. ZXC pops to second base. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. And the score after 2 1/2 inning remains Seattle 3 and Denver nothing. And here is Bellinger for his first real at-bat. Noiseless Cayman has walked off the mound. And here he comes back. You're missing their shortstop and second baseman. While they wait, I'm getting to go grab my coffee. Here we are now, back with my coffee, back with the game. On the third inning. Bellinger takes the first pitch for a ball. And that's grounded through the hole. Right fielder ZXC is up with it, but no chance. Leadoff single for Bellinger here in the top of the third. It brings up Velonaris. Velonaris flied to center field to end the first inning. So Noiseless Cayman's ERA has gone above 2 thanks to that 3-run second, courtesy of 2 home runs. Bellinaris takes the first pitch here for a strike. Infield playing at standard positions. Outfield shaded slightly a bit to the right, but a lot of space in right center field. Taken outside, ball 1. Ball 2 now. And the count is even at 2-2. That is hit out to center field on a frozen rope, straight to the man in outfield, and there was 1 down. So here is Talks. I highly doubt he's Bhutanese, but if he is, he can give me hell about it later. But anyways, that's not important. Last time up, he porched the second pitch he saw to center field. First pitch taken for a ball. Bellinger on first. Bomb the third. Seattle leading 3-0 and 1 away here. And here's that 1-0, and that is hit to left center field. Kiss it goodbye. That is another home run for Talks. And he runs the wrong way around the bases like Jim Pearsall. There he goes, rounding third and heading to second. It's 2 home runs and back-to-back at-bats for Talks. And that makes it a 5-0 ball game here in the bottom of the third. So there he goes. He completes his reverse trot around the paths. And let me say that this is a great day for Seattle bats thus far. Up steps Pikachu. He is officially credited with a hit. He reached on error when the third baseman threw the ball to catcher instead of first. He pops that one sky high. Third base is there. Pitcher is there. Pitcher makes the play. Cayman records the second out of the inning. Does it himself. So, a great day for Talks thus far. And here's Owen. Let's see if we actually catch him hitting a home run for once. Both times I've seen him hit a home run, the broadcast was not showing video. Takes the first pitch, 1-0. Here it comes. That is hit to center field. And that will do it here in the third inning. Bellinger singles, Bellinaris flies to center, Talks hits a 2-run home run, Pikachu pops to pitcher, Owen flies to center field. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and none left. And the score after 3 full innings reads Seattle 5, Denver nothing. Denver coming to bat here, top of the 4th inning. Please stand by. Okay, we're good to go. So here's Acarius, Denver captain. Last time up, flew to right field in the top of the 1st inning. Caro's ready, and here's the first pitch. It is low and away for ball 1. That's not in there either. Ball 2. Coffee's still warm. A little too warm for me, but oh well. Here's the 2-0. That is swung on and missed in the dirt for the first strike. No, it's the top of the 4th inning. Excuse me. Miss. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And he walked him again. I mean, well, he didn't walk him again. He walked another Denver man again. Second walk of the day for Sakaro. Runner at first base here, nobody out. Up steps the pitcher, Noiseless Cayman, and he'll look to make up for the 5 runs he gave up already this far in the game. 0 for 1 today. He lined to first, end the first inning. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Sakaro, as you see on the board, officially has a 0-1 record. In reality, by my metric, he should have an 0-2 record, as that evens the count at 1-1. Pitching in relief of Velunaris on the 12th game, Sakaro took the loss in relief. That was his first loss. His second loss was the 16th game. He started and lost. 2-1 the count on Cayman. Liable for a good hit any time. 400 man. Here's the 2-1. The kick, the wind, the delivery. And that's hit out into right field. Over the head of the infielders. Rounding second and heading back now was Icarius. Station to station they go. And that brings up Jeezy Money, who hit a booming double his last time up to lead off the second inning. Was left stranded there. So nobody out and 2 on now. Denver's second hit of the day. Here's the pitch from Sakaro. Inside, ball 1. Notre Dame swimming around in circles at first base. Talks in right field. Gabriel at second base. Baggio shortstop. That's taken for a strike. Owen third base. Pikachu center, left field. Bellinger center field. Bellinger is catching and Sakaro pitching here. And the 1-1. Low and in, but in the zone for a strike 2. Outside, and that evens the count at 2 apiece. Inside, ball 3 evens the count. Looked pretty low to me as well. So here's the 3-2. That is hit down the left field line. That will fall. Pikachu is there with it. He gets the ball here. In comes Icarius with the first Denver run. And runners are at second and third base now, as Cayman holds. RBI double for GZ Money. First run of the day for the Whitecaps. Up steps Kabimani Lover, who walked his first time up. Here's the first pitch. That is over the heart of the plate for a strike. Kabimainu was picked off to end the second inning. It was a strikeout pickout at first base. Ignore the Steam notification. 0-2. Thought I turned it off. Well, anyways, Kabimainu is where he was in his first at-bat, 0-2 in the count. Battled back to earn himself a walk. This time he connects with a line drive to left field, but it is caught on the fly. Kamen was off of third base. He could not tag. So, batting for Forbidden Oceans is Zero Young. Forbidden Ocean struck out in the second inning. Check swing, but not go around. Ball one. Caro didn't like the pitch. That is hit out in the air. Right fielder was slow to it. That ball is going to be caught. He caught it. He caught it in right field. He had a bad jump. A run will score on the sacrifice. The throw from Gabriel will not be in time. Sacrifice fly for Ouyang, but very easily could have been 2 runs. That makes it only a 5-2 ball game. Denver will take any run they can back. Here is World Nut Dason batting for Dexter. Dexter also struck out in his lone at bat in the second inning. So, Talks was late to the ball, recovered just in time to make a brilliant catch. That is also over the heart of the plate for strike 2. So, GZ Money stands on second base. 2 strikes and 2 out here. Top of the 4th inning, 5-2 Seattle. Here's the 0-2. It is called. 3rd strike. Down he goes. So Icarius walks. Cayman singles. GZ Money doubles. Brings home Icarius. Cubby Mainu lines to left. Ouyang sacrifice flies. And World Nut is called out on strikes to end the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. And the score after 3 1/2 inning reads 2 runs scored. Seattle 5 and Denver 2. Notre Dame leading off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. He had a Texas leaguer between second and center field his last time up. Kamen is still out there on the mound. Left-handed pitcher delivers a ball outside. Even the count at 1-1. That is hit out. Texas leaguer again between shortstop, left field. And a single again for Notre Dame. Brings up pitcher Sakaro. Popped to shortstop his last time up. Takes the first pitch for a strike. And that's inside. Check swing, but not go around. 2-1. Denver yet to walk a man. but a lot of tough pitches around the zone. Hard to lay off sometimes. Swing and a miss for strike 2. He wasn't on time with that one. Well, he was on time with that one, but he wasn't on eye with that, I should say. Swung wildly and missed. And here's the 2-2. That is hit out to right field. That will fall. The throw to second will not be in time. It was a good play by the right fielder. Tried to nail a man, but station to station goes Seattle. 2 hits here. Brings up a runner in scoring position for Baggio. Baggio last time up flew to left field, led off the Seattle game with a double. Baggio bats .500 with runners in scoring position 2 for 4. Here's the first pitch. It's taken for a ball. That one's also a ball. So Kamen getting a little bit antsy. Can't find the zone. It's the 2-0. That is ripped to left center field. That will hit the wall. 1 run is coming in. That's Notre Dame. Sakaro will stay at third. It's a stand-up double for Baggio, an RBI for him. And now there's 2 men on in scoring position for Cappy, who could really use a hit right now. Notre Dame comes from second to home to score the 6th Seattle run, and the score now 6-2. Timely hitting there by leadoff man Baggio. That is hit out to center field, and that is caught. That will score a run on the sacrifice. That makes it 7-3. Sacrifice for Cappy. Scores Sakaro. At third base now is Baggio. He also advanced, and here's Bellinger. Bellinger singled and scored after leading off the 3rd inning his last time up. He is 1 for 1. He was skipped and called out because he missed his turn in the lineup. Your score is now 7-2. And it's the first time that Seattle's been this far out in front in a since their last game against Denver, I suppose, but since we've been on the air in a long time. 2-0 the count. And the pitch now from Kamen. That is hit foul, third base side. And a great play there made by the third baseman. Baggio feinted a throw. That was Complex Cube, who made a good play in foul territory. Deny Bellinger a second chance. So here's Veluneris. 2 flyouts to center field. And the first inning was the first out in the 3rd inning. Runner on 3rd and 2 away. Pitch inside. Ball 1. Kamen's ERA, as you can see, has skyrocketed now from under 2 to almost 3.5 runs per 9 innings. There is a ninja, I believe. I forget what team they play for. Kamen off the rubber. Perhaps reconsidering some of his pitches. Three and 1 on Veluneris. And here it comes. In there for a called strike. Count is full. Another big at bat here. Bomb the 4th inning. That is hit out to left field and caught. That will end it. Notre Dame singles, Sakaro singles, Baggio RBI doubles, Cappy sacrifice flies, Bellinger fouls out to third, and Bellinaris flies to left. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. The score, after 4 full innings, reads Seattle 7 and Denver 2. So here it's Complex Cube. Made 1 bad fielding play, made 1 good fielding play. Batting here leading off in the 5th inning. First time up in the 3rd, he grounded short to first. The slow nubber. Pitcher is up with it. The throw is in time. Way to get off the mound. Sakaro robbed Complex Cube of an infield single. That's how we open our top of the 5th inning. Here is Monster G. He grounded out unassisted at first base in the 3rd inning. So, Sakaro kicks, winds, delivers. That is swung on and missed. He was late to that one. 0-1. Sakaro, a little bit of trouble in the 4th inning. Overall, been pitching pretty well. 0-1. That is golf to the pitcher's mound. Sakaro will get that one for the 2nd out. So, 3rd fielding out recorded by a pitcher today. 2 for Sakaro and 1 for Kamen. Here is ZXC. Grounded out in the 1st and flew out to 2nd base in the 3rd. So as Owen dances around 3rd again, everyone's ready now. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Not in time for that one. Could not get the breaking ball. That is in there, called strike, low and outside corner. High, ball 1. Fans wanted that one. It was a bit high. ZXC calls time. Needs to reset. Here it comes. Also a ball. Even count here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Denver with only 2 runs. Seattle with 7. Here is the pitch. That is outside, and the count is full. So Sakaro in danger of walking him here. You wouldn't want to see that. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and down he goes. That ends the 5th inning. Complex Cube grounds out, pitcher to first. Monster pops the pitcher, and ZXC strikes out swinging. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. And the score after 4 1/2 inning reads Seattle 7 and Denver 2. Go to the bottom of the 5th, and here is Talks. Talks with 2 home runs today. A 2-run blast and a 1-run blast. That solo home run led off the scoring in the 2nd inning. A 2-run home run came in the 3rd. Scored Bellinger ahead of him. Came in to face him for the 3rd time today. Will he get him out or will he get on? Taken for a ball. Talks has been seeing the ball really good as of late. Only 1 for 4 last game against Denver. Already made up for that. The count is even here at 1 apiece. That was Talks' 7th home run, as that's taken for a ball. He now leads Seattle with 7, and is most certainly he's batting above 500. That leads the team in batting average. 3-1 the count. The only man who was ahead of him as of yesterday was Full Squad 4, who appeared in one game and went 1 for 2. So, you know. And the count is full here. So, it's make or break for Tox and Cayman. Here we go. Steps off. Didn't like it. Bit of tomfoolery, to say the least, going on there. So here's the 3 and 2. Payoff pitch. That is hit in the air. Second base was playing too far back. It will fall, and the first baseman nowhere to be seen. And Tox finally steps on first base in a bit of a taunting manner. Leadoff single here brings up Pikachu, who had an infield single off an error and popped a pitcher. And please stand by, I'll give you the radio cast. No pitch was thrown. And that's the first strike on Pikachu. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. That was pretty low in the dirt. Count is now 1 and 2. Owen is on deck. He had a 2-run home run in the second, of which we of course missed the broadcast, as that evens the count. Check down first, not in time. Wow, he just got back. Back pick there by the catcher. Almost nailed him. Did not nail him. And the Rye man slips away. Almost caught napping. 2 and 2 on Pikachu. Fouled away in the third base side. Made it into the dugout, I believe. There's a 2-2. That is golf to right field. That will fall. Base hit. Throw comes into first. Tox back to second. Station to station. Another chance for a rally here for the Sonics. And up steps Owen. And last time I said something that might have jinxed him. I won't say anything here. He's 1 for 2 today. On deck is Notre Dame, 2 for 2 today, with 2 singles and a run scored. That ball is hit to left field. Will the shortstop get there in time? He will. So perhaps we're just unlucky when watching Owen hit the ball without the pause in the video action. As I forgot to take the scoreboard off. Up steps Notre Dame, takes the first pitch for a ball. Not have 21 hits. Seattle on the warpath again here in the 5th inning. That ball is hit high in the air, and now there are 2 outs and 2 men on. Tox is feinting a tag. There are 3 men standing at second base. The pitcher, the shortstop, and the second baseman. Up steps the pitcher, Sakaro. He's 1 for 2 against Cayman. Has got the better of him so far in terms of quality and direct matchup. Cayman is 1 for 2 with the single and a run score. That ball is hit over the head of the second baseman. It is not caught. Tox was slow to react with 2 outs. He was trying to make a mad dash home. The bases are full here. And up steps Baggio. He is 2 for 3 today with 2 doubles and 1 RBI. So Cayman in a lot of trouble. Retakes the rubber here. That ball is hit, and first baseman is up with it. So Tox singles, Pikachu singles, Owen pops the shortstop. Notre Dame is also retired, and Sakaro singles, and Baggio pops the first. No runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 left. And the score after 5 full innings remains Seattle 7, Denver 2. Icarius is stepping up to lead off for Denver here. Top of the 6th, fouls the first pitch down the first base side. Sakaro pitching well here. Apologies, they have 13 hits. Forgot to count the last single, as that is over the plate for a second strike. That is hit in the air, third base, lined and caught. I'll bring you a report from the other games in the league. Los Angeles 1, Washington 5. Ace Lord throws a 84-pitch complete game as the Wolves win to stay ahead of Seattle in the standings. Other scores: Columbus 4, Milwaukee 5. JoJo hits a walk-off 2-run home run to save the day for the Badgers against a second division team. And Chicago has 30 combined hits as they torch 4th place Philadelphia by a score of 18-7. 0-2 on Cayman. So Chicago was on a bit of a tear there. Seattle also has 7 runs, but they're in the lead, 7-2 here. Top of the 6th inning. Those out-of-town scores brought to you by Hardware Haven, as that is caught in center field for the second out. And here's Jeezy Money. Some other scores from around the professional leagues. In the National Hockey League. St. Louis 2, Dallas 2. A couple minutes in the third period as Jeezy Money takes first pitch for a strike. The first intermission, Philadelphia 2, Colorado nothing. And just started the second period in Calgary, Capitals nothing and Flames 1. Round 2 ended today at the American Express at La Quinta Country Club in California, as the count is even at 1 apiece. It's Blades Brown, who's rose 50 places with a -12 day today. He is first, tied for first with Scotty Scheffler, perennial high placement man. Both have -17. In third place is Kim, -16. And McCarthy is in fourth place, tied with S.H. Kim with -15. It's Murray McCarty. 2-2 on Jeezy Money. Out! Called out on strikes to end the inning. Icarius flies to third. Cayman flies to center, and Money is called out on strikes. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nothing left. Score after 5.5 innings remains Seattle 7 and Denver 2. Some other hockey scores: Vegas Golden Knights beat Toronto 6-3, and the Tampa Bay Lightning beat Chicago in a shootout. Final score of 2-1. In the Bundesliga, German professional soccer, St. Pauli tied with their derby rivals Hamburg 0-0, and a hard-fought draw there. And some scores in the National Basketball Association: Boston and Brooklyn are in a tight overtime. Brooklyn are ahead 114-112 with 20 seconds to go. Pistons lead Houston 50-46. Grizzlies lead New Orleans 104-99. Thunder trailing to the Pacers 100-91. Nuggets and Bucks about to end the first quarter 18-17. Denver. Suns fall to the Hawks 110-103. Cappy is in there and is in 0-2 count as he fouls in the stands. And in Cleveland, Cavaliers beat the Sacramento Kings 123-118. In Serie A, Italian soccer, Inter Milan beat Pisa 6-2 as that's a ground out third at first for the first out in the 6th inning. And in EFL Championship, that's second division English soccer, Derby County draw with West Bromwich Albion 1-1. As Bellinger takes first pitch for a ball right here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Seattle dominant by all means thus far. That is hit in the air, left field. It will fall between short and left field. Bellinger stays at first. One out single. Forward the leading RBI man, and up steps Captain Bellinaris. Yet to get a hit today. Would sure want one here. Kamen is still out there on the hill. Perhaps he'll try to get through the 6th inning here. Inside, but in the zone. Strike one. Here's the 0-1. Outside, ball one. Bellinaris in a minor series of ups and downs. Yesterday he went 3 for 4, but recently he went 0 for 4. That is just fouled on the right field line. Right fielder made the catch in foul territory, and tagging is Bellinger on a heads-up play. So he fouled out deep down the right field line. Bellinaris, a bit unlucky. Bellinaris. Here is Talks. 3 for 3 today. 2 home runs and a single. Bellinger on second base. Here's the pitch from the left-hander. Taken for a ball. Bellinaris has hit the ball deep, but not far enough. That's taken for a strike, and the count is 1-2. Count is even at 2-2. And down he goes. So that takes us to the stretch. Cappy grounds out the third, short to first. Bellinger singles. Bellinaris flies foul to right. And Talks is called out on strikes. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. Score after 6 full innings reads Seattle 7, Denver 2. So now we're at the top of the 7th inning. Up will be Kabi Mainu, Oyaun, World Nuts batting positions. Up is Kabi Mainu. He is 0 for 1 today with a walk and was picked off to end the 2nd inning. He flew out to left field last time up in the 4th. Sakaro will still be on the hill. He's in line for the victory and a quality start. Kamen, on the other hand, nowhere near a quality start, and is currently the pitcher of record for the loss as Jaxo heads out to center field. Bellinger is the one at second base. That was my bad. Gabriel did not play today. They have relatively similar avatars. Notre Dame is at first. Owen is at third. Baggio is at shortstop. Pikachu left field. Cappy center field. Talks is in right field. As that ball is hit on a line left center field. That is off the wall. That is not a home run. He did the bat flip. He thought it was gone. Kabi Mainu celebrates a little prematurely. Long single brings up Oyan, who flew out on a sacrifice in the fourth in his sole at bat. So Mainu at least gets on the board with a hit. He thought it was a home run. It was anything but. That ball is hit to center field. Mainu was in the hit and run. He's rounding second and he's coming back. So hit and run doesn't do anything necessarily. And here is Fast K Jammer. Batting for Whirlnut. Whirlnut struck out looking to end the fourth inning. First pitch is a strike. Jammer was supposed to be the pitcher today, by my understanding. He was late, and now he's coming in as a pinch hitter. So perhaps he'll hit. That ball is hit down the right field line. It is a foul ball. We couldn't see it from our angle here, but it was indeed a foul ball. Called out on strikes. How about that? First out of the day. Sakaro is pitching brilliantly. Forbidden Oceans is batting here now in the 8th position for a complex cube. He struck out in the 6th inning, but was replaced by Oyan, and I count that as a new batter now, a new player. So takes the first pitch for a ball. Complex cube, grounded out twice. Short to first, was robbed of an infield single. Pitcher to first. So he goes 0 for 2 today. He made one good fielding play, but cost a run on an error. That ball is hit to center field, and it is caught. And tagging now, and heading to third, it's Kabi Mainu. Oyan back to first. Gave that one a ride. And no dice. Flies out to center field for the second out. Here is Monster G. Grounded out to first, unassisted, and popped to pitcher. In the dirt, ball one. And now 1-1. Now 1-2. That is fouled. Third base side. Count is 1-2. That is hit to third base. That will do it. Abimainu singles. Oyan singles. Jammer strikes out. Forbidden Oceans flies to center. Monster G pops to third. No runs on 2 hits. No errors. 2 left. The score after 6 1/2 inning reads Seattle 7 and Denver still 2. So it will be Pikachu 0 Notre Dame. Heyman still out on the mound. Left fielder not awake. Here's the pitch. That is hit out to left field. And he was out of position. That's over his head. Oh, wow. Cayman wanted him back in left field. But instead, another single for Pikachu, leading off the 7th inning. And here's Owen. He's 1 for 3 today with a 2-run homer. That once again, we missed on the broadcast. So maybe if I try this, you'll hit a homer. That is not a homer. That is a ground out to shortstop. They go to second to get one out. They get the other out at second base. 6-4-3 double play. And brings up Notre Dame. So it just seems that Owen can only hit when I'm not looking, and I can't force him to hit when I pretend to not be looking. That is hit in the air, deep center field. Notre Dame hits that one, and it bounces and hits the batter's eye straight away and gone for another home run for Seattle. The score is now 8-2. 16th hit of the day for a Sonics, and that one a big one. Notre Dame might knock Cayman out of the box here. Does a little prayer and crosses up at the plate. 4th home run on the year for Notre Dame. It brings up Acarius. That does it for Cayman. Noiseless Cayman goes 6 2/3 innings. As that made it an 8-0 ball game. Gave up 16 hits for a total of 8 runs. Struck out only 1. Didn't walk any. And gave up 4 home runs. So Acarius will pitch to the other pitcher, Sakaro. Working on a 5-hitter, Sakaro is. Only 2 runs allowed. Right-handed pitcher here. You saw his stats. He's not looking to come into this game. Oh, sorry, left-handed pitcher. I was fooled. That is a ball, and he was statued. So a big home run for Notre Dame. And Seattle is finally surging forth. Count is even at 1-1. That is hit sky high behind home plate. The catcher is there to retire the pitcher, Sakaro. So Pikachu singles, Owen grounds into double play. Notre Dame homers, and Sakaro pops out foul to catcher. No runs. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors, none left. And the score, after 7 full innings, Seattle 8, Denver 2. So new pitcher is Greg Zucchini, or Greg Z, sorry. That ends the day on Sakaro. He goes 7 innings, gives up 5 hits for 2 runs, strikes out 6, walks 2. And gives up no home runs. So Greg Z, the right-handed pitcher, delivers. That is swung on a miss by ZXC. Here in the top of the 8th. That is hit high in the air, third base, and caught. 1 down. So ZXC goes 0 for 4 today. Here is Captain Acarius. 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored. Gets a little bit of extracurricular from Ninja. And here's the pitch. From... Oh, it's Sakara. What the heck? I was fooled. That is hit in the air. Right field. That is Greg Z. He cannot get there. Rounding first, heading to second is Akarius. And he is safe. So, my apologies. I thought Sakara was done for the day. You know, because it doesn't tell me when a pitcher comes back in the game. Perhaps he's looking for the complete game here. That is in there for a strike on Kamen. Kamen 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 4th inning. Flew out in the 6th and lined to first in the 1st. And that inning. On deck is GZ Money. Struck out looking to end the 6th. His last time up. That is hit in the air, right field. That down the line, that ball is fair. That is a fair ball. Rounding third and heading home is Ikarius. That ball got to the wall there. And rounding second and staying there is Noiseless Cayman. Stand-up double. Scores 1. Denver still trailing 8-3. Up comes X5 Owen. That does the day for Sakaro. Sakaro will move to third. Yes, it is indeed Owen. So I ended it just slightly prematurely. Sakaro is responsible for the runner on second. Ends the day giving up 7 hits. Still with 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, no homers allowed. GZ Money took the first pitch from Owen for a ball. Owen is the team's mop-up man, long arm. Formerly a starter, he won 1 game on the mound. He lost 1 as a starter and lost 1 in relief for a 1-2 record. 2-1 the count. He lost those 2 games in back-to-back days, in back-to-back sets of innings. 2 1/3 inning, 12 earned runs. That explains his inflated ERA. But other than those 2 nightmares, he's been pitching pretty good as of late. Here's the 2-1 on GZ Money. 2 for 3 today. 2 doubles, RBI. So Sakaro knocked out of the box, was probably going for the complete game. But, you know, gave up that 3rd run. Here's the 2-2. That is hit foul, first base. Notre Dame is there and make the catch. Brings up Kabi Manu Lover, who bat flipped on a long single left center field his last time up. Batting with a runner in scoring position here, 2 out. Denver needs every run they can get here with this in a 2-out rally before they go to the 9th. That is inside for ball 1. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike. Owen pitching well, pitching quickly. Here's the 2-1. Ball 3. And now the count is full at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit hard down the right field line, but foul. Just made the seats there. In the payoff pitch again. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That ends the 8th inning. Owen gets out of the runner on situation. ZXC pops to third. Icarius doubles. Cayman RBI doubles. GZ Money pops to first. Cobby Miners strikes out swinging to end the 8th inning. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. 1 left. And the score after 7.5 innings is Seattle 8, Denver 3. Icarius is still out there on the mound to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. Baggio, Cappy, Bellinger are the men due up. Swung on miss, strike 1. Great day at the plate for the Sonics. Combined 16 hits and still an inning to get more. That's not going to be a hit. And out at second base by Baggio. Throws the ball to right field. And here's Cappy, 0 for 3 today with a sacrifice fly. Would really want to hit here. And the final frame, assuming that they don't give up 5 runs in the 9th. Icarius steps off the rubber. Regains his poise here. Oh and 1 in count. And here it is. That is foul, third base side. Grounded to short. A long throw. Cappy missed a step there, and he's out by a couple, to be fair. So here is Bellinger. Two for 3 today, with 2 singles and a run scored. He also skipped his at-bat in the first inning. That's line to third. That will end the day for Seattle bats. Baggio lines to second. Cappy grounds short to first. Bellinger lines to third. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the top of the 9th we go. The score remains Seattle 8, Denver 3. Oyan, Jammer, Forbidden Oceans are the 3 men due up. Seattle playing shaded to the left. Reverse split. Owen on the mound. I am at a loss for what's going on here. I believe catcher left. So Gregsy is moved to first. Velinaris is at third base. Owen's on the mound. Baggio is at shortstop. I believe Bellinger is still at second. Though it's so hard to tell from here, because that's a ball. No catcher for Seattle. That is on a rope to center field and gone. Home run for the Whitecaps. That brings the lead to 4 here in the top of the 9th. Oyan, instead of running the bases, is going to have a visit at the pitching mound. Leadoff home run here. First hit of the day for the pinch hitter. Came in the 4th inning. Sacrifice fly. Sorry, second hit of the day. Said he went 0 for 1. That was wrong. A single, a home run, a sacrifice fly for Oyan. And up steps Jammer. Jammer 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking to be the first out of the 7th inning. Hits that one sky high in the air, but not very deep. Can of corn in center field, and the catch is made. There is one down here in the top of the 9th. Here is V. Cruz batting in the 8th position for Oceans. V. Cruza, I guess. So Oceans, as that is a ball that falls to short. He didn't run it out. He's out. Oh, you hate to see someone not do that for the 2nd out. Monster 5G comes to the plate. Anyways, Forbidding Oceans goes 0 for 1 in both stints today. That is hit to third. Gregsy, by the way, came in for talks. Did not feature. Defensive replacement. That is popped foul. No catcher. We'll do it again. And now he bunts foul to end the game. Strike 3. Down goes Monster. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left. That does it here. In Seattle, the Sonics win this one by a score of 8-4, doubling the Whitecaps in both runs and hits. The winning pitcher is Sakaro. 7 1/3 innings, allows 3 runs. The losing pitcher is Kamen, allows 8 runs in 6 2/3 of an inning. So let's go first with the visiting Denver Whitecaps down the line score. ZXC, the leadoff man, 0 for 4 today. He struck out in the 5th. Icarius had a decent day at the plate. 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. He also walked once. Kamen, the pitcher, did not do very good, considering, on the mound, but he went 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Batting in the 3rd position, Jeezy Money started off well. He had back-to-back doubles, but then he struck out looking to end the 6th and popped to first in the 8th. So he goes 2 for 4 with a RBI and a strikeout. Kabi Mainu, his first at-bat was a walk. He was picked off. He got a single in the 7th inning and then struck out swinging to end the 8th. So he goes 1 for 3 today with a walk and a strikeout. Forbidden Oceans started the game batting in the 6th position. He went 0 for 1 with a strikeout before leading to Oyown. Oyown had a sacrifice fly, a single, and a solo home run in the 9th inning. So he in 2 at-bats, he went 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. 2 RBIs. Apologies. Dexter opened the game in the 7th position, struck out swinging, went 0 for 1. In the 4th inning, World Nut came in. He was called out on strikes to end that inning. And then Jammer came in for the 7th inning, and he was called out on strikes in the 7th and flew to center field in the 9th. So he goes 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Complex Cube had a mixed day fielding at third base. Did not do very good at the plate. He went 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. I was inactive for 20 minutes. Thankfully, I didn't get kicked in the middle of the game. I'll just go to a random game, and we'll see how it is. Oh, and well, we're in Philadelphia now. Complex Q went 0 for 2. Then Forbidden Oceans entered in the 7th inning for Cube. He flew to center field, went 0 for 1, before V Cruz in the 9th inning also went 0 for 1 on a groundout. And Monster 6 was the last out of the day, batting in the 9th position. He went 0 for 4 at the plate. On the mound. Oh my god. I completely forgot about that. On the mound, Sakaro for Seattle, 7 1/3 innings. He got the win, as I said. You then yield to Owen, who went 1 2/3 of an inning. Owen gave up 1 hit, which was a home run, and struck out 2. Walked none. And he will not get the save, as it was not a save situation. Now move over to the Seattle side of the lineup. Baggio leading off, 2 for 5 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. Then Cappy in the 2nd position, 0 for 4 today, but an RBI on a sacrifice, so at least he was productive at the plate. Then Bellinger, not his strongest day by any means, 2 for 4 with a run scored on his 2 singles. Bellinaris, club captain, also a horse day. He went 0 for 4, all of which were flyouts. Then Tox had the best day today. We caught both of his home runs. He had a solo home run leading off the 2nd inning. He had a 2-run home run in the 3rd. He also singled and struck out once. So he went 3 for 4 today, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and 1 strikeout. Gregsy entered the game but did not appear, so 0 for 0 in the box score. Pikachu, on the other hand, had a good day by terms of hitting purely, 3 for 4 with a run scored. His first hit in the 2nd inning came on an infield error, but it was still ruled a hit. Then Owen, we missed his home run. That was his one and only hit, a 2-run blast in the 2nd inning. 2 flyouts and a double play. He went 1 for 4 with a run scored, 2 RBIs. Then Notre Dame in the 8th position had a good day before his 7th inning home run made it an even better day for him. He also scored once in the 4th inning, so he went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 1 RBI. And lastly, Sakaro the pitcher also had a decent day at the plate. He goes 2 for 4 with a run scored to round out the day for the Sonics. On the mound for the Whitecaps, Kamen took the loss. Icarius mopped it up after those 6 2/3 innings, yielding no hits and no runs. He did not strike out anyone. He did not walk anyone over the rest of the game for Denver pitching. So that does it here for today's game between the Sonics and the Whitecaps. The Whitecaps fall to a record of 11-7. They will not get overlapped by Philadelphia. They will stay in 3rd place. Philadelphia lost today to Chicago. Sonics advance to 8-10, will stay below Washington in the standings. Washington won today. So, once again, this was SESN bringing you a live broadcast from Seattle. We'll be back for the next series, and information will be released tomorrow. We thank you very much for listening, and we hope you have a good rest of your day and a good weekend. This is your broadcaster signing off.